Portugal, what should you know when you buy an apartment or a property here in Portugal? What will you pay when you sign a contract?
So basically, when you do a purchase, it's very important to understand the tax. In every country you have like different tax rates. In Portugal, it's very important to understand that when you purchase a property, first of all you have steps for the tax. It's between 0 to 8%. It depends what is the value of the property that you are buying, and due to that you will pay the tax. You have another tax that you need to take in consideration. It's the stamp duty. In Portugal it's called IS, and basically it's 0.8% from the purchase value. Another tax that you pay once a year, it's the IMI, which is basically the property tax, and basically it's between 0.3 to 0.5, depends in which city in Portugal you are buying. Pay attention, in every step of a percentage you will have also a deduction. The meaning of it is to keep the balance between the steps, so you will be able to pay a value that it's kind of reasonable. Still, taking considerations that also taxes for rent and this kind of stuff are kind of high in Portugal, so we are highly recommended also to take a tax advisor, because it very depends in your tax status and in which country you are coming from.
So if we are talking about this subject as well, let's move forward to our next subject and talk about tax on rentals, on short-term rental and on long-term rental. What is the tax that you're going to pay?
So basically, after you purchase the property, if you did renovation or if not, you might want to rent it. So basically in Portugal you need to understand that you have two types of tax. If you rent your property for long term, you will pay 28% of your income.
Ooh.
And if you will decide to rent your property for short term, first of all you will have to issue the license. It's called alojamiento local, AL. It costs around 250 if you take someone to make it for you, and you will have to pay some fees to the tourism department. And basically we'll pay, once your apartment is rented for short term, the tax authorities looking at you as a business. So basically you are paying 28%, but just on 35% of your income, which means that it's more or less 10 to 13% of your brutto income.
Crazy. It's all because that basically I think that Portugal is very, very aimed for tourism, and most of the income of Portugal is from tourism. So I think that this is the reason that this tax on Airbnb is so low comparing to long-term rentals.
Exactly.